It's exciting, especially the fact that it's Suffolk, because nobody would have thought of making anything out of Suffolk until, until you guys basically to to actually have the product, the wool sitting here. We know how it's been produced, and it actually be going to make a product that's, a piece of art basically, that's pretty and durable and will last for generations. That's really cool. Yeah. My name is Lisa Keeler. This is Erasmo Garcia, and we have Surprise Sheep, the Surprise Company actually. It is a Suffolk sheep operation. We operate outside of Casey, Wyoming, 20 miles outside of town. So Erasmo and I have grown up in the livestock industry, in the agriculture industry, and we decided one day that we would like to go out on our own. We'd worked for people, and he being Hispanic and me obviously being a minority woman, decided that we could work for ourselves as well as someone else. We had the abilities, we had the desire, and we started our operation we called the Surprise Company, which was a surprise that we got together and began the sheep industry. So my family is in the sheep operation in Casey, Wyoming, and they were the Mikey Ranch. They're still in existence, and I grew up with those guys, learning the ropes. Follows everybody, opens the gates, shuts the gates. Whatever, becomes the dog when the dog's not there. Just do whatever is really required. Assist with every aspect of sheep operation and livestock operation, right?
I was just farmer. I come back here to the ranch, work in the ranch. I work first with cows and do farming, and go back to Mikey's and start working sheep. And it's work, you gotta work, and see, you keep going, you keep getting more and more, a little bit at a time. It's tough, but it's hard, but you can make it.
Erasmo has a fine line of quarter horses and draft crosses. And so not only does he use those in our everyday operations, but he also sells horses. He brings a few in to train. You just are what's the word? You are ultimate optimist, because you just know next year will be better. You know that where you fall short this year, you'll be able to withstand that next year. And you are flexible. I think you're a lot more adaptable. The hardships of this part of the state, whether it's trying to gather sheep in impossible country, whether it's horrible storms, whatever, you just know that you can persevere and that tomorrow will be a better day. So when we started in the sheep operation, we knew that finances were tight, weather was bad, markets, you had to have an animal that you could adjust to fit the markets. and we had to have an animal that produced a lot of income with very minimal inputs. At our place, it is grass-fed. We don't feed extra. If a storm is bad, there's snow on the ground, or they can't dig for feed, we feed a little bit of hay. Otherwise, there's no grain, there's nothing extra. So we looked for sheep that were tougher than anybody else could even think of. They last forever. Our ewes, we have some that are 12 and a half years old, and we'll lamb this spring. We sometimes run them purely on range grass, sometimes in the meadows with a little softer grass. We run things tough because we believe in you have to be able to withstand the elements, the feed, whatever. And our life is tough, and there's no room for being babied. And the sheep can handle anything. They are the toughest old girls you've ever seen. You have to be really tough to live at our house. And if ewes cannot do well under our difficult conditions, they go somewhere else. And so we propagate those qualities within those lines of our sheep, and we just want good wool production. We want great lamb production. We want them to be a great mother. We need them to be tough, and we need them to live a long time, and all of those things. And we want them to look good. We want them to look big and fat and plump with minimal inputs, and to be happy.
What are probably the top 2 challenges you face as a sheep rancher?
I would say that one is wondering if you will be in the sheep business the next year. Everything seems to be at a disadvantage for the sheep industry. The prices go up, the input prices go up, and the income, it seems like, stays the same. And you can only stretch a penny so much before you have nothing left. And we've done that, I believe, in the sheep industry. We've stretched them to the max, and so thank goodness our inputs are small. And the second one I would say would be the lack of marketing, the lack of good marketing with folks inside the sheep industry. Because we have a tremendous product, whether it's wool, lamb, whatever. But ranchers tend to be ranchers. That's their specialty. And marketing is not their specialty. And I think there's so much that can be done, especially like with wool. It's unlimited what you can do. And I see so many synthetic products, outdoor products that like, we work outside all the time, and you would freeze to death wearing those. If you were truly working, if you were sweating, if you had to work all day outside, you would freeze to death in those products. Once they got wet, you're done. But the wool products, we have worked with wool jackets, wool coats, wool shirts, and you're good all day. You're good for days and days, actually. So those are big challenges that are very frustrating to us, is lack of proper marketing to get the word out there that we all have a tremendous product. To actually have the product, the wool sitting here, we know how it's been produced, and it actually be going to make a product that's, a piece of art, basically, that's pretty and durable and will last for generations. That's really cool. Yeah.